Hi everyone, welcome back, and we have this month's flick through for Airfix Model World, April 22, issue 137. So on the front we have a 148 scale Spitfire Mark 5B in American livery, Flying Eagles. We also have an Invader 148 scale and a 116 Roman Centurion. And just lurking in the comet, we have in the corner we have a Comet. So let's get her open. So we have the welcome page and a really nice mirage on the front. Then go into the contents. So we have the, I think it's a B26 B26K Counter Invader in 148 scale. 148 scale Russian T-55, a 135 scale Sherman Firefly, 116 scale Roman Legionary. We have this 148 scale Messerschmitt ME163B Comet, and we have the Spitfire as well. Into the news pages, latest updates. We have some aftermarket update parts for the Edwards Bohemia trainer by the look of it. No, it's a dual combo release by Edward. The Zin Z226 Trenner, 2-seat training aerobatic and glider tug. So this looks to be in 148 scale. We also have, do you remember the aircraft, I think it was 124 scale Bugatti 100 Racer that was previewed in one of the magazines earlier this year. Well, this is a 172 scale release of that aircraft. So that looks to be really nice and certainly would be something more manageable space-wise for myself. Some new tools. New tool, Lancia Delta Integral. So this looks good. It's an Italieri 112 scale kit, and it will be in the rally car livery. Impressive dual Wildcat package. We're looking at a 172 scale. Modelers who have enjoyed Armour Hobby's recent single 172 boxings of Grumman F4F-4, FM-1 and FM-2 Wildcats can now opt for a stunning deluxe dual kit set. And it looks like it's €37. It's available direct from Armour Hobbies at www.armourhobby.com. Harrier aftermarket sets. These are for 4 new improvement sets from Czech firm Brengun. Are a boon for anyone building Hasegawa's US Marine Corps AV-8B in 172 scale. So for those that know or don't know, the AV-8B is the American version of the Harrier, pretty much exclusively used by the United States Marine Corps. We then have a couple of books for the RAF transport aircraft and Lockheed C-141 Starlifter. show guide here for upcoming model shows. There is one that I'm going to try and get to, which is the IPMS Dorset and Poole Vikings Model Club. I will try and get along to that. It's on the 23rd of April, and I'll try and take some photos and video of bits and pieces and do a little video for the channel. But as the last couple of videos where I've done the flick through for this, I will photograph these and slot them into the video for you to have a look and see what may be in your area. Right, subscription for the Model World, and in this one they're advertising that if you subscribe for 2 years or by easy direct debit, you will get a free gift, which is a 172 Airfix Spitfire Mark 5C. Right, basic build, bat out of hell. This is the Comet, which was, if I remember rightly, one of Germany's production jet aircraft. It was a little bit of a pilot killer due to plenty of accidents that occurred. And if I remember rightly, it was designed to attack bomber formations, and it would obviously climb, and as it climbed, it would, if it was climbing towards a bomber formation, it would obviously shoot at bombers as it climbed. It would then get to the peak of its climb and come back down, and it would do this a couple of times until it ran out of fuel and then glided back down to Earth, if I remember rightly. But the chemicals that were used for the jet engine were rather damaging to the pilots, and they used to have to wear a rubberized asbestos suit to protect them, but it didn't stop a lot of pilots being killed in accidents, etc. This is a 1/48 scale. It's made by gaspatchmodels.com, and it's €36. But great little build. It's a basic build article in this magazine, and it just shows you what can be achieved. The mottled camouflage scheme is one that I particularly like. So moving on, just a very quick Your Airfix single page article. Bob Newbury explains his long-standing interest in the Bristol Super Freighter and why he was compelled to modify Airfix's vintage 172 kit of the type. We then come into an intermediate build. Now this is Ryefield Models 135 scale Sherman Firefly. Really lovely kit by the look of it. Available from ryefieldmodels.com. It's £46.99. And one of the things which kind of makes this a really nice model is the extra detail that Ryefield seem to put into all their kits, especially with this running gear for the Sherman. I believe that it's done in such a way that it does allow for movement of the running gear, which is why it's been able to be posed in this way, climbing over the tracks on the diorama. It also points out that they put in a weight to add weight to the model to help it sit well on the diorama when it was finished. So something to bear in mind for any future projects that you might do. But it looks great on this little diorama going over a track end. So Dazzling Mirage Special Hobbies reissued 172 Mirage F1EQ straight from the box as an Islamic Republic of Iran Air Force machine. And I do like this blue and pale grey paint scheme, wraparound paint scheme. That's unusual, and it's something else. It's really nice. It's 172 scale from Special Hobby at specialhobby.eu, and it's £16.80. So straight out the box and finished and painted. It looks really nice. Then we have a figure build. It doesn't say whether this is intermediate, advanced or basic, but it's 1/16 scale, and I do like these larger scale kits. For me, although I haven't done some, I would like to. I think the largest scale I've done is probably about a 1/24 scale steampunk fairy I painted for a friend, which gave me the opportunity to practice skin tone variations more than perhaps I would do on other kits. But this is from Hanance. It's made by ICM, and it's £21.80. Goes into some of the things that were done to detail the leather, add texture, and obviously painting the face and the skin tones. Out and about, this was the RAF Sculthorpe Heritage Centre. Some great models here. There's another B26K, and this is a hand-painted camouflage pattern scheme that the builder has done there. It looks really great. We then have North America's T2 Buckeye, and this one's done in grease colours. It's T2C Buckeye US Navy. It's a basic build article. It's 1/72 scale. It's $30 US from wolfpack-d.com. So yeah, really nice looking little kit on this one. We then have an in focus article of the T2, and it just gives you some up close detail photographs and information. We're then building a 1/48 scale Mark 5B Spitfire basic build out of the box, as an American Eagle version for the Eagle squadrons that were in RAF use, or with the RAF in the early war years. So great little kit. Airfix really have upped the ante with a lot of their kits these days, compared to what they were like originally. When you were building kits from the 70s, 60s and 70s, especially as an 80s kid, some of the fit was very questionable. But there you go. Great little build. We then have an article on a chap called Buckeye Don, who was a United States Army Air Force fighter pilot who originally joined the RAF at the start of World War II, because he couldn't get into the United States Army Air Force at the time, because he didn't have 2 years college. But he came over to the UK and joined the Eagle squadrons and got some experience flying. And then when the United States Air Force came over to the UK, he was transferred to the 4th Fighter Group, and obviously continued to fly using Spitfires to begin with, and then I think it was Thunderbolts, and then they went up to P-51 Mustangs. Now, tragically, although he survived the war, in 1944 he served his tour and then went to the United States doing selling war bonds tours that a lot of American heroes tended to do. He survived the war, but then he died in a crash of a Lockheed T-33A in Forestville, Maryland in 1951. So tragically, although he survived the war, unfortunately he passed away not long after, which is quite sad. But it's a great article talking about one of the ace pilots from World War II. We then have a 148 scale T-55, and this is done in the Bosnian Serb conflict from the mid 90s. Now, obviously that was after the dissolution of the Soviet Union and the breakup of former Yugoslavia. But it's a great little build looking at. So, yeah. And obviously adding extra armour on is something that tank crews have been doing since World War II. If you look at Shermans, they were often covered in extra sandbags or track links, logs, etc., in order to try and provide some sort of extra armour protection against the 7.5 and 88mm anti-tank rounds from the German armoury. But yeah, great looking diorama and tank. We've even got the figure from Tamiya, this kit, and it's a 148 scale kit, part of their 148 scale range, and it's $21.99, and you can get it from hobbyco.net. Then coming into this Invader B-26. This one is a American Vietnam era version for counterinsurgency by the look of it. It's available from ICM. It's $52.99 and you can get it from hanants.co.uk. But yeah, just great detail on this 148 scale kit. Especially the interior as well. The camouflage scheme looks great. The two-tone brown and green. Adding in steel weights into the nose cone, so it's weighted properly, so that it sits properly and doesn't become a tail sitter. And these are put in and then secured in place using super glue thin. Great array of ordnance on the underwing hard points here. And a little bit about weathering the propellers. We're then coming in to on the shelf, books first. Great little military modelling diorama book from Terry Brooker. BUCKEYE, I should say. It's $19.99, it's 176 pages, and it's from crowwood.com. I may even get one of those myself. Some other books here, we've got Schneider Trophy Air Races, Early Jet Fighters 44 to 54, British Naval Trawlers and Drifters in World War II, or in 2 World Wars actually, I should say. And then an Armoured Retriever, the M74 series Sherman-based recovery vehicles. Moving on to models, we have some Messerschmitts 172 in the J88 Legion Condor. We have 2 172 Panivia Tornadoes here, one in German livery from Revell. Small scale builders who rued Revell's decision to release a Tornado avionics system software. Tornado in Ada 3.1 variant in 148 will rejoice at the firm's downsized version. A newly tooled runner has been added to the firm's well regarded Tonka. This frame runner Z contains new cockpit displays, a lightning pod, a lightening pod, and revised vertical stabilizers. And then the Airfix F3 starter set. Now the price difference is, this is $29.99 and it's available from Revell DE, and the Airfix one is $24.49, obviously available from their website. They have a great 132 scale Huey Cobra with Vietnam War US helicopter pilots, and that one is $59.90 from Hanantz. Coming into armour, Revell are looking to expand their World of Tanks range. However, despite the fact that it's in 1/72 scale, the decals provided, I think it's a mix of decals and stickers, aren't necessarily for specific theatre of war vehicles. I think they're just generic to show the generic markings that are available within the game itself. Have a nice T55 here with Mine Roller, 135 scale, and it's by Mini Art, and it's $64.99, available from creativemodels.co.uk. For our Volkswagen Beetle or Volkswagen Camper enthusiasts, we have a Revell 124 scale T2, and then we have a Renault Estafette Gendarmerie van as well in 124 scale by Hella. So the T2 camper is £36.99 from Revell DE, and the 124 scale police van is €29.99, and that's from glow2b.de. Two other things that caught my attention were, in 172 scale we have these from Zvezda, and I think it's their Art of Tactics range, is 4 figures of British HQ, British headquarters staff. Now, looking at the artwork on the box, it looks like these are early war British infantry. So I would say 1939, 1940 for modelling dioramas. Any later than that, I think the layout of the kit and certainly the officer in the kit is probably not period accurate. And then we have, in 124 scale, Hopeful Dystopian. Now this is a master box, and it's $12.99 You can get it from mblimited.info, and it's Ukrainian figure specialist Masterbox's post-apocalyptic series comprises a 5-kit storyline set in 1/24 scale dystopian world. The name, Nadazda, the name is Slavic form of Nadia, meaning hope, is the final figure in this ensemble and depicts a young woman carrying a child on her back and an assault rifle in her left hand. So I think as a 1/24 scale, I haven't seen the rest of these figures, but I think that if you were to perhaps use the T2 here to create a dystopian apocalyptic future diorama, that potentially this figure and others in the line would go really well. Moving over, we're on to the aftermarket decals, and we have some 1/35 scale Sherman tank decals here. These ones in particular, I believe, are for British Shermans in the Middle East. We then have a Brits in the Gulf transfer sheet here, which is quite good. Optelic, these are for 1/72 scale aircraft. The price is $23.50, and they're from air-graphics.uk. This bumper offering from Air Graphics includes 2 A5 size decal sheets and supplies sufficient markings for more than 50 RAF airframes either involved or placed on standby for Operation Telic during 2003. 6 major combat types feature Tornado GR4/F3, Canberra PR9, Harrier GR7, Jaguar GR3 and Nimrod MR2P. Although note the Jags never actually deployed, as Turkey withheld permission for coalition forces to operate from its territory. So yeah, really good. We have some Central European Jeep decals here as well for Czechs, Jeeps of the Czechoslovak Army, and these are $14.50 and available from Hanantz by H Models. And finally, we have some T38 Heritage Schemes, 1/48 scale, some 1/72 scale P36 Warhawk precursors, perfect for early model P36 kits, such as those by AML, AZ, Ashimina Monogram and Hella. These LPS hobby markings cater for an early war French airframe and a Brazilian aircraft in World War II. So yeah, really cool. $13.99, available from Ipsy 1973 at yahoo.com.br. So email for information on those. Coming into some of the aftermarket kits now. We're looking at Messerschmitt BF109 engine set, 1/72 scale. We have Easy Fit Pit BF109G-2 through K4 seat with moulded belts. We have Panzer Stug ammunition, 7.5 centimetre ammunition for Stug K40 in 1/35 scale. We have, this looks really nice actually, tin advertising signs, France 30s to 40s, by Plus Model, 1/35 scale, and it's €16.34, plusmodels.cz. Plus Models photo etched steel signs are a quick and easy means of simulating enamel or tin examples. There are 7 rectangular portrait arranged options, 4 landscape, 1 is a letterbox sized sign, 2 square and 2 circular signs. Companies advertised are Michelin, Goodrich, Engelbert, All Tyres, Bugatti, Renault and Panhard car makers, plus there is Champagne Chocolate Electrical Theatre and garage signage. All the full colour and metal material means that they can be bent, shaped, with damage simulated easily. So that looks really good for any World War II 135 scale modelers looking for something for a diorama. And moving on, we have from Brengun a 172 Tugmaster flight deck tractor, Royal Navy 1960s. So this would be really good. Markings are included for an overall orange-yellow vehicle on HMS Victorious in 1964. Very nice too. We have some aftermarket rockets here, 148 scale. Typhoon and Tempest kits with these in mind, 3-inch rocket projectiles. For the 1/350th scale boat modelers, we have from Black Cat Models 3D printed maritime accessories from Black Cat Models in the form of 35-foot fast motorboats. And fast flooring, floor tiles, 1/35th scale, black, white, or red, white, and comprise pre-printed flat sheet, also featuring the manufacturer and product information. As such, modelers may wish to cut these elements away before using the checkerboard pattern selection. The instructions also suggest scoring the pattern to give a better impression of individual tiles. Matte varnish is also recommended to mute the sheen for use in dioramas. So that would be really handy. Didn't say whether it was self-adhesive. Pre-printed flat sheet is all it says. It's a shame it doesn't specify if it's self-adhesive, because that would be really good to just be able to peel the backing off, put it down on the floor of your building diorama and work on it from there. So there we go, into some final advertising. And display case for readers' models. A lovely Vulcan here and a World War I tank. Next month the magazine is out on April 7th. So there you go, that was the flick through for Airfix Model World issue 137, April 2022. Alright, join me in the next video. Take care, bye bye.